Hello and welcome back to Medium Rare. My name is Rag Reynolds and Twitch have lost their damn minds. Surely some people are thinking they lost their minds a long time ago. No, they have truly lost their minds this time, and it all comes from their new Safety Advisory Council. The Safety Advisory Council will inform and guide decisions made at Twitch by contributing their experience, expertise, and belief in Twitch's mission of empowering communities to create together. The Council will advise on a number of topics, including drafting new policies and policy updates, developing products and features to improve safety moderation, promoting healthy streaming and work-life balance habits, protecting the interests of marginalized groups, identifying emerging trends that could impact the Twitch experience. The group is composed of online safety experts and Twitch creators who have a deep understanding of Twitch, its content, and its community. When developing this council, we felt it was essential to include both experts who can provide an external perspective, as well as Twitch streamers who deeply understand creators' unique challenges and viewpoints. Each member of the council was carefully selected based on their familiarity with the Twitch community and their relevant personal and professional experiences. And so you think, okay, maybe this could be okay. Let's actually have a look at some of these so-called experts on this advisory council, shall we? Specifically, let's look at someone called FerociouslySteph. Steph has been a full-time streamer since her debut, playing competitive collegiate Heroes of the Storm in 2016. She was one of the first transgender streamers to ever be partnered on Twitch, and the first to bring a transgender pride flag emote to the platform. Her fight for inclusivity includes creating a competitive team composed entirely of marginalized gamers, and vehemently opposing non-inclusive mechanics such as voice chat. And that is where things start to get a little crazy. First off, this person, this is just one of many people on this council, by the way, but in this video we're talking about this person. And you'll come to see why very shortly, and I'm sure the title of this video has given that away already, but the first thing we have to talk about is that this person, Steph, FerociouslySteph, believes that voice chat in games is bad. Steph opposes non-inclusive mechanics such as voice chat. And now, just to give you some more details on what is actually meant by this, allow me to read some tweets from Steph herself. It's that time again. We need to talk about why adding voice chat to your game is anti-inclusivity and how it hurts your marginalized and female player base, especially within competitive play. I'm going to break it down as concisely and clearly as I can. Let's go! This'll be a ride. The logic. 1. Voice chat is a competitive advantage. Well, duh. 2. Muting someone is a competitive disadvantage. 3. People who are harassed are likely and encouraged to mute their harassers. This is also the only way to stop the harassment, as leaving the game incurs penalties. Therefore, people who are harassed must give up a competitive advantage in order to no longer subject themselves to abuse. Women and minorities should not be forced to choose between a competitive advantage or freedom from harassment. Just to interrupt for a second, don't you think it would be better to deal with the harassment itself and maybe punish that, rather than removing a very important and popular feature from video games? Just a suggestion. Everyone faces abuse online. Get over it. Studies show some groups are far more prone to abuse online than others because of linguistic profiling, i.e. the sound of your voice. Listen to minorities. They understand this problem best. They live it. Fighting against harassment diverts energy and resources, causing an unfair playing field. Women and minorities should be able to devote these resources to earning top spots on the ladder. This is how to move society on female harassment in gaming, showing we are mental equals. I'm not sure that's really showing anyone you're mental equals. If anything, that's more saying, we can't handle this. We can't handle harassment, so now we're going to get off of VC because it hurts our feelings too much. That to me doesn't sound like showing people you're mental equals. If anything, people would take that as a sign of weakness. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I think it is far more likely that that would be the general mindset. We're on the cusp of voice chat being added to Heroes of the Storm. Voice chat will subject me and my community to daily harassment. It will drive us from the game. I cannot back down. I will not stop fighting for those who have given me this voice. I am encouraging Blizzard to restrict voice chat to friends or party only. I also encourage Blizzard to acknowledge these problems in a public statement against toxicity and show their commitment through resource allocation to the task. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a crazy idea. Let's stop talking about gaming for a minute, okay? Let's apply this to just the general population. You're essentially asking people to stop communicating because you are scared that certain people may be harassed. You're saying, let's cut communication off entirely to stop harassment. That is basically what you're saying. So should we never go speak to strangers outside ever again? Oh, we can't speak to strangers. We can only speak to our family members and friends we have already. Because if we don't, then, oh boy, that's it. That is it. We're going to get harassed. I also wonder how, if you were to cut off voice chat, how exactly are people then going to actually make those online gamer friends in the first place? Like, a lot of these friendships are formed from being in voice chat in the first place, getting along, cracking some jokes maybe, and people maybe mesh well together and they say, okay, I'm going to add this guy or this girl or whatever, and then they play more games together. That's not going to happen, and people aren't going to make these friendships as much if you remove voice chat. I agree, voice chat is a competitive advantage. It helps immensely with trying to communicate with your teammates. If you're playing a game and you don't have voice chat, it's very frustrating. You can see there's an enemy coming over there, and the most in some games you can maybe ping where the enemy is, but even then you can't be specific about what's going on. It really does help if you have voice comms and you can just say, that person's coming, they're doing this, these amount of people. That helps. That can truly help. So I agree with you, it's definitely an advantage to be able to communicate and take part with the rest of your team and the other people playing the game on voice comms. I also agree that it can sometimes suck to be a random person who isn't part of that team or whatever, who comes into the game. You're a stranger to everyone else. Say you're playing a game that's 6v6 and you're in a team of 5 and you join them. It can be intimidating, or it can be a bit hard sometimes to go and try and join in and speak to them, especially if you're someone who's maybe frightened. Oh, what if they're mean to me or whatever. I fully understand that. But again, you can't just remove the feature entirely because you're scared some people might be mean to you. That is an absolutely ridiculous stance to take. Instead of saying, okay, let's remove voice chat so no one has this advantage, how about instead of that, you actually work towards doing something about the harassment? Work to get better harassment policies and reporting systems in place so that the harassment can be stopped. I also think it's a bit silly that Steph has been campaigning to remove voice chat, but not from friends and people who are in a little party together. Well, surely that means that the people in the party are still going to have a competitive advantage. And in fact, they're going to have even more of an advantage now against the other team who are composed of people who are randoms, people who aren't in a little party. So if anything, you're actually making the problem worse there. You're making certain people have a much larger advantage than they already did. And if you then want to say, okay, let's just remove voice chat entirely, including from parties and friends, you're still not going to make that work because people will jump on Discord. People will jump on a different application in voice chat, as people often already do. Not everyone uses the voice chat within the game specifically. A lot of people use voice chat from other applications with their friends while they're playing the game. Anyway, I've had enough of this serious bit of conversation, and now I want to tell you a little bit more about Steph because the first thing I heard about Steph was nothing to do with this. Oh my god. You're not ready for this. Maybe you are because you read the title. But Steph identifies as a deer. Yes, I said it. Steph identifies as a deer. Have a listen.
So in my spare time, I go out to my yard. And I prance around and I eat grass, and I just munch it because it helps me feel like in tune with my dear self.
Yes, Steph, you're a deer, and I'm a fucking cow. There's also this clip of Steph having a deergasm.
Thank you.
Lots of head scratching going on.
Maybe down a little bit.
I honestly can't believe this is a real human being that Twitch has actually added to its safety advisory. What is going on here? What is going on at Twitch? Who made this ridiculous decision? You know, people are talking all the time about how 2020 is terrible. What did we do to deserve 2020? You know, we do deserve 2020. We deserve everything we've been getting this year when there are people like this getting power at Twitch. And here, have another clip. This is Steph dancing and gloating about how Twitch is endorsing her dear whatever.
You better watch out, because I'm pretty cool, and you can't get rid of me. Twitch is endorsing me, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I'm just gonna dance to your sad tears. I'm just gonna drink your tears.
You know what, all this deer talk is actually making me hungry. I just really want some nice venison. I want this lockdown to end so I can go to a nice restaurant, eat some nice venison, nice and rare. Oh, just look at these pictures of venison. Oh, yum, yum, yum. And a nice glass of wine to wash it all down. That is what I'm looking forward to when this whole virus thing's over and done with. But don't worry, Steph, don't worry. You're not the kind of deer that I want to eat. Anyway, I'm done with this topic. I just wanted to share how ridiculous this entire thing is. I cannot believe that Twitch has actually employed a deer. That is the headline of the month. That is the headline of the month. Twitch employs a deer. That is ridiculous. Let me know what you think in those comments down below, and I will see you all in the next video.